Good morning, Morweni, goeiemorgen, namaste, shalom. A very beautiful Friday morning, 10 o'clock, baie welkom, almal, Rina, baie goeiemorgen, Albert, good to see you, always good to see you, Albert. We are slowly but surely getting our social media platforms right, but seemingly without our help of Marlize and Monya, we on this side are very much struggling to get us on live Facebook, live YouTube and live TikTok. But this week coming, we will get it right. Ons sal het reg kry, moenie worry nie. Denise, my rock, good morning. Karel, Rihanna, very good morning. My Griekse boertjie, Chanola, good morning. Good to see you. And Antoinette. It's a beautiful day here in Cape Town. I've got a chock and block week. Still got some doctor visits this day. Great lunch with some members of political parties speaking about the future today. Tomorrow morning, live from Cape Town, where we'll be handing over, remember, the promised 50 Bibles, die 50 Bybels. 'n bietjie koeldrank en roomys wat ek beloof het laas jaar. So we deliver on our promises. So I'm just updating you on my calendar a little bit, my kalender vir die week. So môre Bybels, roomys en koeldrank vir ons kinders daar in 'n baie agtergeblewe area. I made a promise last year and I'm going to fulfill it tomorrow. I'm looking forward to being with that community. Bibles, hulle soek Bybels. So ons gee dit vir hulle amper 50 Bybels wat ons kan bymekaar gemaak het. And then tomorrow afternoon, beautiful wedding of a great friend. And then next week, huge week. Next week, Tuesday, I will explain to you under my one heading today, the Eskom debate. So, daar's hy, kom ons kyk, ons is so op 130. As julle op my live is, if you're on my live, please like, please share, say good morning. If you share it with people, we obviously automatically are gaining quite a lot of people that we can bring to the table. So vandag, kom ons praat gou oor die week wat was. Let's quickly speak about Neil's week that was. And firstly, the new appointment of a mayor in Johannesburg Metro. This little mayor, who was brought in by the new coalition of the ANC and Cabal, appointed the mayor, and then they interview the mayor, and they say to this mayor, what is your top priority in the Johannesburg Metro for the first 100 days in office? So, jy is nou die burgemeester, jy is nou die nuwe gevonde burgemeester vir Johannesburg, en ons wil weet, tussen al die load shedding, die kragprobleme, die paemente wat moet betaal word vir die stad, die ophou van die strate, die innerstad van Johannesburg wat verkrummel en hom op te bou, die verkeer, die transportprobleme, al daai, vra hulle toe vir hom, wat is jou prioriteit? Is dit misdaad? Is dit om Johannesburg se krag terug te sit? Is dit om die koneksies wat misdadig gekonnekteer word in Soweto en Diepsloot, gaan jy dit vir ons uitsorteer? Gaan jy ons waterkrisis uitsorteer? En hy sê nee. Vir die volgende 100 dae is sy prioriteit in Johannesburg, hoor gou, potholes. Dis reg. The priority of this new mayor of Joburg for the next 100 days in office is not eradicating crime. It is not ensuring that Joburg voters have uninterrupted power. It is not to ensure that water shedding, which is currently happening, is stopped. that the transport scenarios on the traffic scenario is sorted out. No, sir. Potholes. And the reason he says potholes, now we got a year, is because apparently there is now an app, a technology app, that tells you where the potholes are. And therefore, we can fix the potholes. A pothole mayor. Yeah. So the unabated amongst everybody, UIM Ice Cream Award. Undoubtedly, ladies and gentlemen, dames en heren, die roomhuis teen die kop toekenning hierdie week is die nuwe burgemeester van Johannesburg, Elias Meyer Pothole. Daar kom hy, kom saam met my, vier fees saam met my en trek hom diep, burgemeester. Daar is hy. Daar is hy, burgemeester. Die UIM Ice Cream Award vir dofheid. So obviously, Julius Malema, I'm coming to him, declaring such massive stuffs like a march on the 20th, maar kom nou by jou, en dan natuurlijk Soekie Cyril, die ruggraatlose president van Suid-Afrika. That again talks about unity, family, biting the bullet, getting through the problems of this country, solving the energy crisis. Yeah, we are not listening to you anymore. We didn't believe you when you came here and told us about lockdown COVID. No, it's only 21 days. Then it became 21 months. Then it became 2 years. And in that time, your ministers raped and pillaged the coffers of the people that was supposed to go to COVID. And now, you are threatening this country with a state of emergency because your government failed to produce power. So the question is, a state of emergency, again, gives you and your cabal of ministers in the cabinet the right to take decisions on your own, again, without the consent of Parliament or the say of the now truly non-active opposition. Daar is nie 'n opposition nie, hoor. Kom mense, there is no opposition in this country. There's no DA opposition, there's no Freedom Front up, there's no opposition. You are going to allow the president to do again what he's done to us before. And that is to make sure that they've got direct access to the money. But it's an Eskom energy crisis. Mr. President, why don't you just lock down Eskom? Huh? Why don't you lock down Eskom, NERSA, the Minister of Energy, the Minister of State Enterprise, Pravin Gordhan, Gwede Mantashe, Cyril, lock them down and then fix Eskom as a state of emergency. You are putting the wrong state of emergency on the wrong state. You should be putting it on you. Yeah. Your cabinet needs a state of emergency. Not the country. You see, on the COVID matter, you could pull that on us. But on Eskom, it's you. Ja, daar kom 'n liedjie. It's you, it's you, it's you. The only one. Ja, jy. Pull a state of emergency on yourself. Because I'm sorry, after the last one, it was not only a state of emergency, but a disaster. We are not going to fall for that one. I'm telling you now. Fix Eskom, man. So South Africa today, We now hear that Lindiwe Sisulu is busy with a 1 billion rand, 1 biljoen rand, borg aansoek. Nee, nie hof nie. Jammer, né? Nie 'n borg aansoek in die hof nie, maar om 'n sokkerspan in Engeland, Tottenham, te borg met 'n biljoen rand. Now, sorry, where in the living hell have you heard of a more absurd, stupid, ignorant move to take 1 billion rand and give it to a soccer team in London? And then your very articulate CEO of SA Tourism and SA Tourism brand tries to explain that we don't understand the reason behind giving 1 billion rand to a soccer team in England. Because what they say is, if you sponsor that team Tottenham, then the people in the UK will automatically look at it and come here to spend their pound, their euro, and their dollar. That's his words verbatim. Now, Mr. CEO Tourism, hoor ons gou. You can't even give 1 billion rand to our local sporting federations. You can't even guarantee that when the tourists come to this country, the tourists, that there will be shops open and businesses for them to spend their euros and pounds and dollars because of your government. Small businesses are shutting at the rate of probably 100 a day. Now, instead of taking 1 billion rand, and you are saying, but you know the negotiations are not done. Jy lieg, man. Jy lieg. I'm wondering who will be getting the commission of putting that deal together. Can you declare that in writing and in public that no one is a middleman and is getting a cut? A cut. Siamese, Burmese is getting a cut. Nee, julle hou van katte. So breaking news. 1 billion rand to Tottenham. Not 1 billion rand to give every single small enterprise 50,000 rand. Make the calculation quickly. 1 miljard rand is 1,000 miljoen. Mo, is 1,000 miljoen. 1 billion is 1,000 million. No? Ja, 1,000 million. That's 1 billion. Is ek reg is? Is ek reg? Gelukkig is ek nie minister van finansies nie. You are taking 1,000 million rand and you're giving it to a soccer team to appeal to people to come here. Instead of taking 1,000 million rand, why don't you just give 1,000 top small fledgling companies each 1 million rand? Why don't you take that billion and give every single company a 50,000 rand grant stipend because of the stupid methodology of losing power? You see, South Africa, we are not just losing load shedding, we are now going to water shedding, and hier kom die derde ene, business shedding. Did you hear it? First time in your life you are hearing this on the UIM page. Business shedding. Because after you killed our power, you kill our water, now you're killing our businesses. How pathetic is your prioritization in treasury and in government? Now is not the time to take money out of this country. Now is the time to spend the money on your people, on your poorest of your poor, and the business people that are dying every day. Why don't you take 1 billion, 5 billion, and buy every single small business a bloody inverter or a generator. Nee, jy gaan sokker toe. It shows you that you have no business acumen. You have no understanding of the economy, and you have no care about our people dying in this economy. Restaurants that can't make chips and oil and fried goods because they can't heat up their oil. They shut, sir. Do you give a damn? No. Kyk hoe hang julle pense. So that is basically the week that was. South Africa, I want to talk quickly about 3 matters that has been given me. 1, UIM versus state update, and a great one. This Tuesday coming, the 7th, I am very proud to announce that the UIM with 4 other political parties and organizations, with our legal team under Advocate Yasmin Mohammed, our energy team under David Lipchitz, and approximately 23 other members of expertise are now joining the build-up to take Eskom and NERSA to the High Court. Massive, massive respect to these people that stood up and joined now the UIM in this battle to force Eskom to be put under administration, i.e. business rescue, also with public oversight, so that we can stop the rot and the stealing. That's the UIM's prerogative right now. Ander mense hardloop en wil hofsaake maak en nee. The UIM will launch papers within the next 14 days to demand that Eskom give a statutory reason why it cannot be moved under administration. And we will have that answer, and if they don't give us that answer voluntarily, we will then demand it through the process of court. That's it. Want as ons hulle kan toemaak, oorsig gee, dan kan ons die steelery dadelik stop. En dan miskien die experts inbring om hierdie ding, hierdie halfdooie karkas te red. Maar terwyl hierdie hyenas, hierdie karkas strip van Eskom, het ons geen beheer nie. Dis wat die UIM gaan doen, en ons is goed op pad om dit reg te kry. And I want to thank you all for standing with us, joining the UIM in this historic process of securing our power, because the rest of the people, they just want to go to court to put their name on a ballot. We don't. We have an unbelievable plan, and we will execute it next week. And updating you on the phenomenal team and on the companies and parties joining us. Secondly, soos weer terug by my favorite onderwerp, Julius Frikkie Jellytot Malema. Now let's stop there quickly. Update from the court where Julius Malema currently sits, and we are watching. We have an observer. The news, his attempt to try and get rid of the magistrate that's currently presiding over his case of firing a firearm in public and firing a firearm which he has got no license to possess. I'm happy to tell you that the magistrate is going to stay. Die magistraat het gesê dat sy sal nie afstaan van hierdie saak nie. Nou ek wens jou en jou regspan alle gebede dat reg nou vir die eerste keer op hierdie man moet geskied. We pray for you and we hope that justice will prevail, because that man has dodged the arm of the law too long. And the other great news is that the video where he is videoed firing this firearm in public at a rally to create atmosphere, That video has now been allowed as permissible in court as evidence. Now let me quickly tell you why I am so excited. It's because they were trying to tell us men that were in the military, in the police, he's trying to tell us it's a toy gun. But when a police ballistic expert looked at it, he said, there's no way that a toy gun, when you fire it, will actually spew out a muzzle flare. It's only a real gun that does that. So Julius, Commander-in-Chief of the Jelly Tot military army, you're now going to find out what is a real gun's purpose. It's going to absolutely cost you your freedom, and if not, a charge against you, a criminal charge, which I think is only right. Because can you imagine if I decide to fire guns at my public rallies? The only difference is we've got licenses. Our people have absolutely licenses, but we are not stupid. We don't do those things in public. Why? It's against the law. The law. So now you go, and not only are you now fighting in court, but now you go declare the 20th of March for a march to shut down this country. Firstly, you're trying to shut down government. How will we know you are shutting down government? Because if you look at government now, it's as if they are already shut down. So jy gaan nou die werk van staat en government op die 20ste Maart gaan jy nou staak. Hoe gaan ons sien? Want dit lyk vir my hulle is klaar op staak. Then secondly, you say you want to remove Cyril Ramaphosa as the president. But Julius, are you not in coalition with the ANC in Joburg? Ekurhuleni, eThekwini, Tshwane? I don't know. I think you are. So it doesn't make sense to me. You are trying to remove a president of a party that you are in coalition with. If that makes sense to you, send me a WhatsApp and explain. Want ek is nou so de mekaar soos 'n katkots en tumble-dryer. Soos 'n verkleer mannetjie op 'n smartie boksie. I don't know, you are de mekaar, né? So Julius, on the 20th of March, we are going to go to school. We are going to go to somewhere where you don't understand. It's called work. And we are not going to be intimidated by you. And lastly, Julius, you say that if this government tries to stop you from doing what you are going to force on us on the 20th of March, that you will take on the law enforcement agencies of this country. You said it. Really? Okay. Like in Brackenfell, where you took on the law enforcement agencies. Well, I was there. Julle het effektiewelik op julle moer gekry daai dag. Nie deur die mense nie, deur die law enforcement agencies. I was watching this when they unleashed the rubber bullets, the tear gas, the shock grenades. Boy, did you run. Baleka. Yeah. So behave, do your march, which is your constitutional right, but don't be naughty, né? Because I think the law enforcement agencies, who you now have threatened twice, ek dink hulle is gatvol vir julle. En ek dink hulle stok op die oomblik. And if the uniformed members need help, there are ex-uniformed members that will volunteer. Ewe skielik 'n reservis. So Julius, enjoy the 20th. We are going to have a normal day. Shop. We're going to go to school. We're going to work. Try and stop us. We will just call the police, law enforcement, neighborhood watch, civic organizations. You're not shutting down our schools. You're not shutting down our work, because you know why? You don't have a clue what that means. Okay? We'll keep you updated. Lastly, a message to our expats. I want to call out to every single person that stays in another country except South Africa, whom are South Africans. This is a message for you. Aan al ons Suid-Afrikaners wat oor die grense bly en in ander lande op hierdie oomblik hulle self bevind. Jy is nie 'n expat, oud Suid-Afrikaner in ons oë nie. Jy is 'n Suid-Afrikaner wat op hierdie oomblik maar geografies op 'n ander plek sit. You are not an expat or an ex-South African. You are a South African currently just finding yourself geographically in another country. A message to you. This country loves you. This country still needs you. This country is still proud of what you are achieving overseas as South Africans. We're about the only political party that sits here and truly recognizes that you miss us, that you miss our country, and that you miss your country. But that you took a decision to broaden out your family, no matter the reason. So to everyone on this live that has a family member, a mom, a dad, a son, a daughter, a grandchild overseas, send them this message. That the UIM will need you. That no matter where you are across this world on the 2024 election, you can still vote for your country's future. And we, the UIM, miss you, recognize you, and know that if you could, you would be back here. So while you're there, we'll fight. While you're there, we will continue the struggle to make a home where you can return one day, visit often, and still love the braai, the rugby, the noise, the chatter, the people of the Republic of South Africa. A message to our South Africans abroad. Ons is lief vir julle. We love you. We are keeping this fort stable. Send us messages on Facebook. Tell us you love us. Tell us this country is still your land. And then to wind up and land this plane, what an exciting scenario of the UIM and Jacques and his team launching our UIM brand store of clothing and memorabilia. Jacques and the team, well done. Finally, there is a platform. You can see it on our Facebook. If you don't have it, we'll send you the links. You can now order online all your UIM shirts and tops and gears, etc., so that we can start branding the hell out of this country. Have a great weekend. Geniet julle naweek. Ek hoop julle is almal op koers saam met ons. Mag die Here julle seën, mag sy rykste hand van vrede oor hierdie land kom. May God bless you, keep you, may you have a great weekend, a stunning week ahead, so that we can see next week 2 major events happening. One, Tuesday, our pre-meeting of the energy team, and then on Thursday, at the State of the Nation address, we will be looking at a march to Parliament with a group that wants to highlight the killing on the Cape Flats. We'll be live from that march. And then Friday, breaking news right here. On Friday coming, I will be delivering my State of the Nation address as the President of the UIM and your President incumbent. So next week, Friday, is not a normal live. It is the UIM State of the Nation address after Suki Cyril has his say next week, Thursday. I will be making mine and commenting on his, which will be easy because it will basically be without substance. South Africa first, God number one, SA eerste, maar ons God altyd nommer 1. Lekker naweek, lief vir julle, love you a lot and look forward to a very busy next week for you. Bye-bye.